The Mercedes-Benz SL Roadster is billed as a dream made for the light of day. But which 2017 model is the dreamiest? For that, we ask auto connoisseur and Rumble Seat columnist Dan Neal. Dan, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, and thank you for the upgrade to automotive. Very nice. I like that a lot.
Hey, it's nothing but the truth. So let's start with the SL450, which you drove vigorously for more than 200 miles over California mountain roads. You poor little employee. I feel so bad for you.
Yeah, it was rough.
I'm sure it was rough. Enlighten us with your thoughts.
Well, you know, this is a car that's about downsizing on the big picture. You know, it's always been a question whether you could make and sell big, luxurious products like the SL, which is a classic, and put a smaller engines in it, which is what's required with fuel economy. What's happened is that these smaller engines have gotten a lot better, and they weigh less. So when you put a powerful lightweight engine in the SL, which now has an aluminum construction, it's 300 pounds less, suddenly this car, which has always been kind of a parade float to me, it's always looked like the car you drive to your third divorce. It's never been a sporty experience, but I have to say the 450 is the right, it's got right balance. It's good power. It's not overpowering, but then again, you don't want to make your passenger sick, and that's one of the things that's interesting about this car is that it's the most explicitly romantically designed. Says
you, or says Mercedes-Benz?
Mercedes-Benz came out with this thing, and Ola Kalanos is the new boss, and he's like, this is for your perfect moments as a couple, is what he said. And I thought, what a remarkable thing to say. What a remarkable way to sell an automobile. Is this being kind of, this cherished moment between you two? It only has 2 seats. It has, for example, this glass panoramic retractable roof. So you and your loved one in the sky can commune at whatever level you want. And, it has a great sound system. And it is a kind of a south of France kind of car.
Yeah, it's a dream made for the light of day, so you got to picture yourself in these dreams. Let's talk comparison. How does the SL450 stack up against other Mercedes cars, such as the AMG that you also point out and talk about in your column?
Right. On the other hand of this thing about downsizing, there still is a fairly robust market for insanely large engines. And I point out that this car also comes with a V12, AMG-built V12, that produces 600 and God knows how many horsepower. But it's not really that much faster because there are a lot of other things working against it, weight balance and tires and all this stuff. My point is that it doesn't matter to these people. They want the greatest number of cylinders available. If there was a 16-cylinder Mercedes available, they'd buy that. If there was a 20, it's all about invidious comparison. It's all about one-upping the Joneses. And so I think anybody's considering a V12, I can save you $132,500 and tell you just to get the little engine.
All right. But aside from what's under the hood, which you're right, a lot of people care about, tell us about the features inside the car, the leather, the steering wheel. Is any of that a big upgrade? Is any of that significantly different?
Well, it's in Mercedes-Benz, the style is very Ottoman. It's very, everything. The waist rail is all fully upholstered waist rail with leather, sewn, wood, everything. They love switches, very big on switches. They like aluminum capped switches as opposed to a glass panel display. In some ways, it's a very retro feel, but it's also a different flavor of luxuriance. On the outside of the car, the same thing applies. They become very, very technically advanced cars, but yet on the outside, they have a strange, some people say, they still look like old people's cars. They do have a little bit of old world classicism. I don't know if they're capturing the classicism they had or are they leaving a new audience? I don't know, but they're definitely a thing unto themselves.
Yeah, I guess if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Yep.
All right, Dan, thank you so much for joining us. We'll keep an eye out for your column over the weekend.